Does your sweet cat suddenly turn into a tiny vampire and bite you for no reason? You probably think they are just being mean, but here is what nobody tells you. I bet your cat does the exact bizarre thing I will mention in reason number 4. If I am right, you owe me a like and a subscribe. Deal. Let us dive in. Reason number 1. The affectionate love bite. Ever noticed your cat gently chewing on your fingers or knuckles while purring loudly on your lap? Most people assume their cat is tasting them, practicing their hunting skills, or just acting completely weird for no apparent reason. But here is the thing. According to feline behaviorists at Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine, gentle mouthing is actually an evolutionary holdover from kittenhood. In the wild, mother cats use very gentle bites to groom, comfort, and bond with their litter. When a kitten grows up, they retain this tactile memory of love. When your cat does this to your hand, they are not being aggressive, and they definitely do not want to eat you. In cat language, they are saying that you are their true family, they feel entirely safe in your presence, and they are claiming you as their own biological child. I am going to reveal a completely insane biting behavior at reason number 8. But to understand why your cat does it, you absolutely need the missing puzzle piece I am about to show you right now. Do not skip or it will not make sense. Because that deep bond actually leads to a very confusing physical reaction, which brings us directly to reason number 2. Reason number 2. Sensory overstimulation. Ever noticed your cat happily accepting belly rubs, purring like a motor, only to suddenly latch onto your hand with their teeth out of absolutely nowhere? Most people assume the cat is totally unpredictable, bipolar, or suddenly hates them. But here is the thing. Veterinary behaviorists from the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists explain this phenomenon as petting-induced aggression. Unlike humans, a cat has highly sensitive hair follicles connected to an incredibly intricate nervous system that was genetically built for detecting the tiniest movements of prey in the wild. Continuous stroking creates static electricity and neurological overload. In the wild, ignoring this intense overstimulation could mean missing a dangerous predator approaching from behind. So the sudden bite is just an uncontrollable reflex to make the sensation stop. In cat language, they are saying they really love you and they enjoyed the affection, but their tiny body physically cannot handle another second of touch without short-circuiting. If this makes sense to you, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of dedicated cat parents. Understanding their physical boundaries is crucial, especially because ignoring them triggers a completely different kind of bite, which leads us right into reason number 3. Reason number 3. The attention-seeking nip. Ever noticed your cat casually walking by and giving your calf or ankle a quick, sharp nip while you are busy working on your computer or cooking dinner? Most people assume the cat is just being a jerk to ruin their day or being vindictive because their food bowl is only half full. But here's the thing. Animal behavior scientists studying feline cognition note that cats are absolute masters of operant conditioning. In the wild, feral cats use subtle physical contact to signal members of their colony when they need to communicate something urgent. In your house, they have learned through trial and error that a soft meow might get ignored, but a sharp bite to the ankle guarantees you will immediately drop what you are doing and look right at them. In cat language, they are saying they feel completely invisible, they are bored out of their mind, and they miss you so much that even getting yelled at is better than getting no attention at all. And while they are desperately craving your focus, how they choose to use that focus can get a little dangerous, bringing us directly to reason number 4. Reason number 4. The predatory misdirection. Ever noticed your cat hiding behind a door frame? Their eyes fully dilated, their tail twitching before launching directly at your feet and biting your toes as you walk by. Most people assume their cat has lost their mind and actually thinks human feet are food. But here's the thing. According to wildlife experts at the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, this is pure, unadulterated, predatory play aggression. Cats are obligate carnivores with an intense, hardwired hunting drive inherited directly from the African wildcat. When they are locked indoors with no mice or birds to catch, that massive buildup of predatory energy has to go somewhere or they will go crazy. Your moving feet under a blanket or walking down the hallway are simply the closest simulation of a scurrying mouse they can find. In cat language, they are saying they trust you enough to practice their deepest, most ancient survival instincts with you, casting you as their ultimate sparring partner in the game of life. And if you think that rough play is a wild way to show love, wait until you hear how they use their teeth to set the rules of the house, which brings us smoothly to reason number 5. Reason number 5. The environmental status check. Ever noticed your cat softly biting your hand when you try to move them off your favorite chair or when you try to shift them around on the bed? Most people assume the cat is trying to establish dominance, act like the boss of the house, and put you in your place. But here is the thing. Feline researchers studying territorial behavior have proven that cats do not adhere to a rigid pack hierarchy like dogs or wolves do. Instead, they operate on a complex time-sharing system of physical space. When they bite you for moving them, it is a direct biological response to a sudden loss of environmental control. In the wild, maintaining a safe, secure resting spot high above the ground is literally a matter of life and death. In cat language, they are saying they felt perfectly safe and vulnerable in that exact spot. Your sudden movement completely terrified them, and they are begging you to respect their need for physical security. And speaking of security, what they do when they feel truly threatened is even more fascinating, which takes us right into reason number 6. Reason number 6. The resource guarding response. Ever noticed your cat biting you or swatting at you when you reach down to pick up their favorite toy, their blanket, or their food bowl? Most people assume the cat is just being selfish, greedy, or ungrateful for all the expensive things you buy them. But here is the thing. Clinical studies in veterinary medicine show that resource guarding is a deeply ingrained primitive survival mechanism. In the harsh conditions of the wild, a wildcat who did not aggressively protect their scarce food or their captured prey would literally starve to death. Even though your indoor cat has an endless supply of kibble and a basket full of toys, their ancestral brain occasionally takes over their logical brain. When they bite to protect a toy mouse, it is an instinctual flare-up. In cat language, they are saying they value what they have so much that they are terrified of losing it, and they just need a little space and reassurance that you are not there to steal their joy. But sometimes they bite not to protect their stuff, but to protect you, which leads us directly to reason number 7. Reason number 7. The maternal correction. Ever noticed your older cat giving you a firm but very controlled bite when you are acting erratic, maybe dancing around the living room, crying loudly, or making strange, chaotic noises? Most people assume the cat is just highly annoyed by the noise and wants you to shut up and sit down. But here is the thing. Experts in feline sociology have observed that adult cats, especially female cats, who have had litters in the past, will use a very specific measured bite to discipline rowdy or foolish kittens. It is an essential communication tool meant to stop erratic behavior that could attract dangerous predators in the wild. When you are being loud or physically chaotic, your cat actually gets extremely worried about your safety. In cat language, they are saying that you are acting foolishly, you are going to draw unwanted attention to the den, and they are actively trying to keep you safe from imaginary danger by telling you to calm down and behave. And speaking of sudden danger, remember that absolutely insane behavior I warned you about earlier?
You did it.
We have finally arrived at the missing piece of the puzzle, which brings us to reason number 8. Reason number 8. The displaced frustration bite. Ever noticed your cat staring intensely out the living room window at a bird or a squirrel, their teeth chattering, and when you go to gently pet them, they turn around and bite you incredibly hard? Most people assume the cat is taking their anger out on you intentionally because they possess a mean, vindictive streak. But here is the thing. Certified animal behaviorists call this redirected aggression, and it is by far one of the most misunderstood and dangerous feline behaviors. When your cat sees a prey animal, they cannot reach their brain floods with massive amounts of adrenaline, cortisol, and hunting chemicals. Because they cannot physically attack the bird through the glass, that explosive biological energy must discharge onto the very first thing that touches them. It is purely neurological and completely involuntary. In cat language, they are not mad at you at all. They are simply saying that their wild, predatory instincts completely took over their nervous system, and they physically could not control their own reaction to your touch. This overwhelming physical response is completely natural, but sometimes a sudden bite means something physical is actually deeply wrong, bringing us right to reason number 9. Reason number 9. The silent cry for medical help. Ever noticed your usually sweet, cuddly cat suddenly biting you when you touch a very specific area on their lower back, their hips, or their jawline? Most people assume the cat has just grown grumpy with old age or randomly decided they do not like being touched in that specific spot anymore. But here is the thing. The American Association of Feline Practitioners states that sudden, unprovoked aggression in previously docile older cats is almost always linked to hidden underlying pain, specifically painful dental disease, arthritis, or kidney issues. In the wild, a sick or injured feline must hide their pain at absolutely all costs because showing any sign of physical weakness instantly makes them a prime target for larger predators. Your cat is hiding their pain so incredibly well that a bite is their absolute last resort to protect their vulnerable body. In cat language, they are saying that they are hurting silently. They trust you enough to warn you rather than running away, and they desperately need you to notice their suffering and take them to the doctor. And once you completely rule out any medical issues with your veterinarian, there is one final, incredibly emotional reason they use their sharp teeth on you. Which brings us to our final point, reason number 10. Reason number 10. The profound grooming exchange. Ever noticed your cat aggressively licking your hand or your arm with their rough sandpaper tongue, which suddenly turns into a series of tiny pinching little bites along your skin? Most people assume the cat got completely confused between tasting them for a snack and cleaning them for bedtime. But here is the thing. Feline researchers call this highly social behavior allogrooming. In wild cat colonies and groups of lions, mutual grooming is the ultimate undisputed sign of absolute trust, familial bonding, and social harmony. But because a wild cat has thick fur that gets tangled with dirt and parasites, they have to use their sharp little incisor teeth to pull out debris and mats. When your indoor cat does this to your bare human skin, their tiny brain simply does not realize that you do not have a thick coat of fur to protect you from those sharp little teeth. They are applying the exact same biting pressure they would naturally use on a fellow wildcat. In cat language, they are saying, you are a highly respected part of their inner circle. They are taking dedicated care of your hygiene, and they love you so intensely that they are treating you exactly like another beautiful, perfect cat. When your tiny household predator sinks their teeth into your skin, they are rarely trying to hurt you out of malice. They are simply using the ancient, wild, and incredibly complex language of their wildcat ancestors to communicate their deepest feelings of love, their sudden spikes of fear, and their profound trust in you. They bite you because they care about you. So be honest. Did they do reason number 4? Did they attack your feet like a wild hunter? If they did, it is time to pay up that like and subscribe. Go give your little house panther a delicious treat for me, and I will see you in the next video.